President Obama will be talking with the King of Saudi Arabia at the White House. A wide range of issues is expected to come up, including the Iran nuclear deal.
Here you see the live picture there. The picture coming in there is the King of Saudi Arabia arriving. We just saw President Obama as well entering the West Wing. The Saudis, of course, are a longtime ally of the United States and have some concerns about the deal, the Iran deal. Earlier, we spoke with Chip Reid about how the president will try to smooth over relations.
We're expecting them to talk about a number of different issues, but certainly number one on that list is Iran. The Saudis are deeply concerned that the nuclear deal between the U.S. and other powers and Iran is going to lift the sanctions and therefore give Iran a lot of money that they don't have now that could be used to fund terrorism activities in the Middle East. And since Saudi Arabia and Iran are essentially arch enemies, Saudi Arabia is very concerned that some of that money could be directed toward terrorism activities that will not only destabilize the entire region, but could be aimed at Saudi Arabia itself. So the United States is looking it will be hearing from Saudi Arabia not only requests to sell them that $1 billion in warships you're talking about, but a lot of other military systems, including missile defense systems and help with cybersecurity. Now, there are other issues also on the agenda. They'll certainly be talking about the situation in Yemen. There are protesters outside the White House right now who object to the bombing campaign against terrorist groups in Yemen that's being led by Saudi Arabia, but has the support of the United States. There have been a lot of civilian casualties in that bombing campaign, and human rights groups and others are concerned about that. Of course, they'll also talk about the refugee situation resulting from the war in Syria, but Iran is number one on the list, and I think what Saudi Arabia wants to hear more than anything else is that Iran is still an arch enemy of the United States, not a partner, and that Saudi Arabia is one of the most important allies the United States has in the Middle East. Reassurance is what they want more than anything else.
And Chip, certainly Saudi Arabia makes those points because Iran is a Shiite country and Saudi Arabia is a Sunni country, and that plays a big role into how they perceive each other. I wondered, though, Chip, if you can see from where you are there on the White House those protesters, because we can sort of hear them, I think.
I tell you, I can hear them, but I can only see the flags and the tops of a few heads, so it's not a picture you can really get from here. But it sounds like they are out in force. In Georgetown last night by the Four Seasons Hotel, there was a much smaller protest, and all the signs had to do with Yemen. I still need to get out here and see exactly what's going on at this protest. By the way, the Saudi entourage is huge. When the press corps landed with the vice president last night at Joint Base Andrews, they saw the black cars, mostly Mercedes limousines, lined up to bring the entourage into Washington, and that in the Four Seasons Hotel has essentially been taken over by the Saudi entourage, and of course they have the money to do that. They have oil. Yeah,
we're looking at a picture right now, Chip, of all of those cars. That's incredible. I actually didn't expect it to be that huge.
Like a traffic jam of luxury vehicles.
I tell you, whoever has the contract for Mercedes-Benzes for Saudi Arabia is a very, very wealthy person.
All right, Chip Reid reporting from the White House. Chip, thanks so much.
You bet.